Oh dear, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, wow, okay, so I've been talking on mute. I apologize for that. I have a mechanical mute for various reasons. Okay, so let me start over. I apologize
I
for
was
the
frantically
delay.
trying to fix my audio setup.
I'm so sorry. I've panicked everyone with my cool tricks here because it doesn't look like I'm muted, but I actually was. All right, I'll start over. Sorry about that. Welcome to the FPGA Standup for ORI for the end-to-end demonstration or end-to-end lab call for our particular system for the transponder. What we'll do today is talk about what we've done over the past week and what we are going to do over the next week, any roadblocks that we have that we can help with, any resources needed, and I will turn it over to Anshul. And after you've given your report, please pick the next person and we'll continue until we've all had a chance to talk.
Sure. So for me, just nothing much. Preparing for IEEE, so coding theory. Just working on that. Yeah, nothing too specifically about FPGA. But once that's done, then I will be back to FPGA work. So yeah, that's all. So next one, Thomas, you can go.
For me, it's just been working on the documentation really, so the diagram that you all saw, and then next week, over the coming week, I'm going to be working on that further basically. So I want to try and get that uploaded to the site. It's just focus on documentation for me. Andre?
Okay, Andre, your audio is a little bit low. I think I caught almost all of that. So what I'll do is I'll transcribe it and then I'll put it up as text when I edit, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and then go ahead and pick the next person.
Paul?
Yeah, there we go. I have just one thing to bring up, which is that I'm going to need some downtime in the remote lab to address a problem with the disk throwing some errors. Is this a good week to be working on that, or should we put it off until some other time? Anybody using the lab this week?
Is it going to be down for the whole week?
No, but there'll be interruptions, possibly up to a day long as I try to run disk tests and stuff.
I'm not planning on using it, so you can count me out.
Yeah, nothing from me. That's fine.
Yeah, this might be a good week to do it. Yep. Because we're getting ready for the event on the 30th, and then we're doing some technical writing that's due this week. So this is a good time to do it. So please proceed.
Okay, I will proceed. Thank you. I think that's Tilak hasn't spoken. You can go.
Yeah, Tilak, if you didn't hear, go ahead. Oh, he's gone. Okay, so I will give a brief report. What we've been doing to kind of support the end-to-end demonstration is to continue to show and get feedback with the beacon, which is really kind of the default digital downlink section of the system for end-to-end. So we're hoping to continue the path towards getting GSE working for that particular set of hardware. Improving the filtering and all of the things that have to happen in order for it to be clean and amplified. So we're learning tons, getting lots of feedback there. So that's what we've done over the past week. I think we have one more demonstration scheduled, and I think then we'll go back to refining and working and take all of these sets of feedback and work in the future. That demonstration will be in early November to a radio club, and it will be recorded. So that'll be another recording. I don't know if we have a good recording yet. This the one at San Bernardino Microwave Society, where we got a lot of good feedback as well, is supposed to be recorded. Have not seen that happen yet. So anyway, some evidence of all this shopping around and getting feedback would be great to have. So that's the status of that particular section. We've learned an awful lot and have some good ideas for integrating and getting GSE up and running. And working into the data flow. And I think Tilak is back, so I will hand it off to him to talk about past week, future week, and any roadblocks.
Yeah, sure. So this last week, I spent some time understanding the M17 protocol. So, so for specifically for putting the HMAC codes, they did have the documentation on where to use authentication codes. That is on the application layer. That's what their documentation has mentioned about whether to use encryption or whether to use HMAC codes. So they did have the idea for that. So, and then apart from that, I've also come across some very relevant work from the Amateur Radio League Society, I think ARRL. So they have a software called a YAC, that's called as yet another APRS client. I think some of you might have used it. So that has a future already, which is trying to use the logbook of the world certificates for authentication. That is very much and similar to what we plan. So I'm trying to dig up more on what they did. They also have their executable for Raspberry Pi. So I was just thinking maybe of using that, their executable for a demonstration of the M17 uplink, because M17 also has a demo using Raspberry Pi, using a wire antenna and an RTL SDR as a receiver. So I was just thinking, doing some ideas on that sort for implementation, but still a lot to dig up probably. Yeah, that's been the exploration I've been doing. Probably I'll wrap up this exploration this week, this coming weekend. There'll be much more clarity. Yeah, that's all from my side.
Thank you. Excellent. I look forward to hearing more about that. It sounds very useful. Is there anything that anybody needs or is in their way?
I would like to just chime in and just answer to what Paul asked about the timing requirement present on satellite, or whether to have a kind of clock. So the reason why I asked the necessity for that clock is that for replay protection, typically people were using the timestamp of the sender and comparing it that with at the receiver's end, so that to see if someone performed a man-in-the-middle attack or not, right? So I was just thinking if we could have a facility of having some kind of good GPS sync time, because when we think about the sender sending his timestamp, it is most of the time it would be GPS sync time, right? So that's where I thought if we could have a GPS sync time on the payload, that is where the M17 receiver is. So I was thinking we could use that facility to do this replay protection implementation using this timestamp method.
Yeah, all you need for that is monotonically increasing time. You don't need synchronization really. So you could do with a lot less mechanism if you didn't tie it to GPS.
Okay, cool. I need to look into that, maybe probably learn that. I'll get back to you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. If we need to have a quick meeting about it this week, then that'd be totally possible, or a thread email. So it's a very important subject.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Any last questions before we close? Cool. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Our next meeting for this particular one will be a week from today. That'll be I believe the 26th, and then right after that will be two pretty big events for us: the debris mitigation meeting with the FCC, and then a half-day event or symposium. And then November we'll start to do some different things. So October will end with quite a bit of work. We should. I'm definitely looking forward to it. So thanks to everybody, and we'll see you on Slack online and next week here. Thank you.
One thing, Michelle, before we leave,
Sure.
debris mitigation date and time has been finalized. Have you posted that on the forum?
Okay. I don't know if I posted it on the forum, but it should be in the email reply to you when you requested the I think 11 a.m. U.S. Pacific, and yes, that was the approved by FCC.
Okay.
So they accepted that proposal, and I'll make sure that I resend that back out with all the information for that. So yeah, over the next week, that's it's not just directly related to the end-to-end, but we are going to talk about our technical work with the FCC. So. All of what we're doing here and discussing in these meetings and in the lab, and is going to be part of the presentation. So looking forward to that.
And it's the same presentation that you shared sometime back.
Yes, yeah, all the content is ready to go, and
Mhm.
it will be part of the public record through the U.S. government because of this meeting. So good news.
Great, thank you.
All right, yeah, see y'all on Slack.
See ya.
Right.